Okay, gonna go over some channeled messages. Now, between the timeline jump 2 days ago on 7/17, you guys I'm sure saw the Schumann where we had a blast of light, and then leading up to we had a huge shift. What you are watching, here's the thing, I'm going to dig into a bunch of things, so bear with me. There's a lot of messages about choice. There has been for a long time, and I've been saying that for 6 years on my channel. You are going to have choices. Basically, it comes down to higher timeline, lower timeline. You make the call. Now, a message that I had yesterday was some are walking between the two timelines. They have a foot in each timeline, and you have to choose. Now, I'm going to go over something that I did a session with someone. It was scheduled for 7/7. We did it on 7/8, so it was during the 7/7 portal. I started drawing something like channeling on the way about 5 minutes before I actually got to where I was going to do the session. And what it looked like to me and the messages that I got was, first it was Enki, and he was sitting on the kingdom of heaven. And there were like mountains, it looked like mountains, but also like kingdom of heaven with buildings, like ethereal buildings, things like that. It was up in the sky. So he's sitting on this kingdom. Off to the right was a ship, and also there was off to his left was a turtle, which to me represents Earth. And then above all this was a dragon that was flying in circles around this, like the kingdom of heaven and Earth. One of the first things he said was soon. It's coming down, we're coming up to meet it, which is what I've said a number of times on this channel. It's coming down and we are rising to meet it vibrationally. So it comes within resonance, because to me, fifth density is the lowest level of heaven. Stopped it at 234. Now, there is a prophecy, a lot of people don't know, there is a prophecy that I have friends that kind of travel the world and do these different ceremonies and things in very heightened places, we'll say, and Egypt and Tibet and all these different sacred sites. And there's been a lot of work to bring a lot of things together and a lot of different types of beings together. But there's a prophecy that when the white dragon flies around the earth, we're here, we've made it. And there's a lot that's gone on with that, a lot of different things that needed to be worked on. Now, to me, white is the representation of all the colors, which I find interesting, and there's all kinds of backstories with this, but this prophecy, when this white dragon flies, around the earth, we've made it. So in this vision I had, it was like a dragon flying over the kingdom of heaven, which is coming down, and us rising up, and what I heard was 3 weeks. That was from 7/8. So during the 7/7 portal, 7 is the number of God. Interesting, yes? And this ship off to the right, which felt like Anunnaki faction, because it was literally Enki. So 3 weeks from the 8th would be 7/29. The interesting thing is that we had this timeline jump on 7/17, which was the first day of retrograde. 7/17. Here's the thing, if you have your foot in each timeline, you're going to have to make the choice. You're going to have to pull your foot out of the other timeline and resonate with the one that you want, because this is your free will. So basically, the short and sweet version, New Earth, Apocalypse. You have to decide. And I can tell you that lower one isn't going to be a fun place. There are people that look at the higher one and like, oh, goody two shoes, I don't want to be in that. It's not what it is. We're all fucking warriors. So I understand it can be hard for some to choose. Also, some may not want to leave anyone behind. Look around who you see. They are on your timeline. If you want them to be happy and healthy and all that, see them that way. Stop chanting anything negative as far as anybody, anything, because you hold them in that space. If you want to come up, you got to come up. And you got to let them come up too. Because choice is everything. What you say, your yeses and nos make all the difference in what you want to experience. Now, there were a lot of DNA upgrades that had to happen with this. Basically, hold the frequency of the upgrade. Don't backslide into anything emotionally. Old habits, old patterns, don't. It's not worth it. You want to be happy and healthy and focus on that and achieve that higher timeline, higher series of timelines. Focus on how you want life to look, how you want to look, how you want to feel like your true self. Don't backslide into old habits that didn't work for you then. They're really not going to work for you now, because it's going to be an opposing frequency to where you're at now. Anchor this in, ground this in. This is your new way of being, okay? Happier, healthier, your real self, who you really are, that fractal of God. So do things that make you happy, joyful. Don't be baited into anything. If you feel like you're being baited into something, turn and walk away, do your thing, stay happy, stay positive. This isn't fake positive. This is really tapping into who you really are. This is quantum physics. This isn't a pep talk. Even if it's uncomfortable, and it will be, because it's going to be a new way of being, okay? Even though it's not new, this is who you really are, coming through, going past the trauma, past the stuff. We did a huge release of a lot of negative old stuff. It's gone. You have to let it go. Let it be gone. Because all that energy goes with the lower, yucky timeline. Let it go. Everything's a magnet, including you. So you doing this purging, cleaning, feeling like I want to declutter, because you just did a massive release in yourself. What's inside is outside. You just did a massive release of old energy, old lower frequency energy. And then we got blasted with all this energy you can see on the Schumann, and then this huge shift. Accept the shift. Don't go back into old ways. Just stay out of there. Just say no. So look around, take a deep breath. Now, you might see remnants of the old timeline. There might be lots of floods, lots of apocalyptic looking shit, okay? Your job is to take your foot out of that timeline. There are ones that are going to go with that timeline, that are going to work within that timeline. You have to choose, because the door is going to close. It's not long now. Beginning of next year, the door's going to close. So you want to be happy? You want to live in a world that is joyful and loving and supportive? Not goody two-shoes. We're all fucking badasses. Remember that. Resonate with this shift. Love you. Till the next one.